The Lost Master arc will introduce a new story that will essentially deal with the convergence of the past and the present, and reality and fiction. And while this arc will likely focus on Sora and his journey in Quadratum and how he could return home from the realm of unreality, I think that we'll see an opportunity for other plots to be explored as well. And I do think that one character in particular will once again play a pretty significant role, but may not even initially be thought of as an important character. Welcome back, y'all. This is your girl Empowered Muse, and today we're going to discuss how Namine will reappear in the Lost Master arc and why she'll once again be a very important character when it comes to resolving some memories that are still lost and exploring the mysteries of the relationships between the realms of reality and unreality. I think that because Namine was revealed early on to be Kairi's nobody, that her powers sort of took a backseat after the events of Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. But I think there's a real opportunity to bring her abilities back to the forefront of the story in the Lost Master arc, and perhaps even as we learn more about Quadratum. So I think one of the most obvious ways that we'll see Namine take a more significant role in the Lost Master arc is through restoring Vin's memories from his days in Union Cross. This is actually one of the main unresolved plots for Ventus, as well as the latent darkness that resides within him. But with the return of his Charity and the recompletion of Laurium and Elrena, there's gonna come a time in the Lost Master arc where these events will result in Ventus needing to restore his lost memories. And while I do think that Vin's Charity was the medium that he needed in order to fully restore him and return his memories, there also might be an unsuspected complication that occurred shortly after Vin was found in the Keyblade graveyard years ago. We have some idea of how Master Xehanort's extraction of Vanitas from Ventus may have affected Vin based on his initial weakened state in Birth by Sleep. However, we don't really know the full extent of the potential damage done to Vin from this extraction, which in theory should have been fairly clean, but as we saw even in Birth by Sleep, Vanitas' extraction did in fact leave Vin's heart weakened and his brain, for lack of a better word, kind of broken. So this extraction could have impacted Vin's memories to some degree. But with the return of Ansem the Wise and the Radiant Garden team, as well as Namine, there is an opportunity to see what exactly is going on with Vin's memories. That said, I don't think Vin will be randomly traveling to Radiant Garden on his own accord, but I do think Vin will eventually end up going there either through his Charity's revelations of where he came from, Laurium and Elrena finding him, or some combination of both. At some point in the Lost Master arc, there will come a time when Ventus will have to come to terms that some of his memories are still lost from his time as a Union leader in Union Cross. And that's where Namine will have a very important role in finding and resolving Vin's memories, since she does in fact hold the power to manipulate and restore people's memories. So because of Vin's unique situation, where not only he traveled from the past, but also underwent a major extraction that left him a bit fractured, Namine may be the only person that we know of now who could fully restore his memories from the past and move the story forward if there is a chance that Vin, Laurium, and Elrena reunite in order to continue to find clues about Strelitzia. I think Namine could also play a role in helping the other Guardians of Light find Sora, who's currently in Quadratum. And while Riku did set out to find Sora on his own, there's a chance that the place in which Riku landed is nowhere near where Sora wound up. In fact, it could be the case that Riku is actually still among the living in Quadratum, while Sora might be further away and beyond the veil in Quadratum. So while Riku is supposedly in Quadratum with Sora, there's still a good chance that Riku will run into complications when it comes to trying to find Sora. And so this might result in the Guardians of Light enlisting the help of Namine to possibly call out to Sora, much like she called out to the Lingering Will in Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, in a way that couldn't be done by anybody else. So when it comes to Namine's powers, there's a good chance that her now having her own body and coming to her full self could play a larger part in the story of the Lost Master arc. And while it's pretty easy to see Namine playing the role of restoring Vin's memories from Union Cross, and even finding a way to reach out to Sora, who is likely beyond the veil in Quadratum, Namine could potentially play an even bigger role, not just for Sora and the Guardians of Light, but also for those in Quadratum. Considering that Sora's presence alone could disrupt the everyday routine of Quadratum, there's a real risk that whatever the Master of Masters and the Foretellers are planning could lend to a bigger risk to Quadratum as a whole. And this is where I think a lot of Yuzora's interactions will come into play as well. Yuzora may likely be a part of some sort of enforcement arm to protect Quadratum, so Sora, the Master of Masters, the other Foretellers, and even Riku's presence may pose a great risk to the stability of Quadratum, depending on what all happens and how long they stay in Quadratum. And so there already might be some contention with that alone, but if there's a chance that Quadratum much like the Keyblade Graveyard, is a chosen battleground for a war or intense series of battles, then a lot more will be at risk this time around, specifically for the people who are naturally residing in that realm. However, perhaps this is another opportunity where Namine could step in and help. In the event that another war of light and darkness occurs in a way more populated area like Quadratum, Namine could use her powers to essentially rewrite the memories of the innocent bystanders to where they don't really remember all of the devastation that may occur. So I'm basically imagining this as sort of what happened in the story of Union Cross, where after the Keyblade War took place, memories were wiped and a dated version of Daybreak Town was created so that the majority of Keyblade wielders could carry on with their tasks and journeys without memories of the Keyblade War in the previous world, with the exception, of course, of the Union leaders who kept those memories. But because some of the Union leaders are no longer around that we know of, this power might fall onto Namine to basically restore Quadratum and help the other Guardians of Light find a way back to their realm of reality. So Namine could very well come in clutch with her unique powers, perhaps more towards the end of the Lost Master arc. Namine tends to be a character who's not necessarily underrated, but is sometimes left out of the conversation post Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories and even Kingdom Hearts 2. I think her powers over memories will play a much larger role than expected in the Lost Master arc, because memories do impact other characters' paths, but memories could also impact the very convergence of the past and the present, as well as reality and fiction. And so it'll be very exciting to see just how we can see Namine use her powers once more in this arc. I want to hear from you, so let me know what you think about Namine's new potential path in the comments below. If you want to explore some more Kingdom Hearts theories, I'll be linking another Kingdom Hearts theory video here in the end screen. And as always, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed this video and want to watch more Kingdom Hearts content. And if there's anyone who may have questions about what to expect for the upcoming Kingdom Hearts games, be sure to share this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.